here in Sorcery, we have people that are going, instead of going to God, they end up going to the devil and demons.
Mara uhira teme play abise the hina go here as in the atenina is a mitchen mother jumra the power as you at the nego and any nema as he limited mother apani pursue.
God is the one who loves us and sent his son to die for us. He created a wonderful garden for Adam and Eve to live in. Everything would have been beautiful for all of us. But instead, the devil ruined everything. So instead of going to the one who loves us, people are going to the one that hates us. When people go to the occult, the demons, they are going to those that hate them and those that are trying to deceive them. Would you turn to Johann chapter 8? I'll write this down. Johann chapter 8 and verse 44. This is what Yeshua said about the devil. Yeah, play that. Notice two things that Yeshua said. He said the devil is a murderer. He hates us. As a matter of fact, get two, would you? My mouth is dry.
Sure.
He is a murderer. He hates us. And he is a liar. So when people deal with the occult, they are going to one that wants to hurt them, destroy them, and that is deceiving them, does not want them to know what is really going on.
una da thong hu da mi the police the hine ma ninna ma da asi hetra le la wash na the hesi na ma san shushi ma da asi meshi asi le hope asi wa sana da asi thine ne asi na ba.
We want to know about the occult because we want to be able to warn people and, well, let me say that first.
Mi te da pe si sing ni ga da le la ba ta na pi sulu si kini kin no si do na da pe mi te police na mi te ne ma pe sing ni ga na da pe show ga pe ko ba so si na da ko si ma pe mi show lo.
There are some people that get into such deep trouble with the occult. We want to be able to tell them that there is one way out, and that is Yeshua. I want to look at a broad, overview of ways to get into the occult, the different ways that people enter into it. I've broken it down into two categories. The first group, the first category, is those people that know that they are dealing with some kind of spirit, some kind of beings. There are some people that know exactly who they are dealing with. These are people that have decided that they want to worship Satan. They hate God and they want to serve Satan and his demons. But there are many other ones that are dealing with beings and they don't know really who they are.
They know they're dealing with something?
They know that they are dealing with beings, but they do not know their identity. They are being lied to. I'll mention just a few of these. Some, I won't use any other words except, maybe sorcerers or magicians, but some think that these beings are guides in the other world that will help them in certain ways. The Bible in the Old Testament talks about those with a familiar spirit. They talk about, the Bible in the Old Testament warns against those that have a spirit that helps them. There's a name for them in the Old Testament.
Mana lisa sa lagu nama ahi ai show pi gut jigo ai show nada na da sana spirit mas Holy Spirit ma to spirit mas sana hu da ya yo siti he sana tene pu siti he plon sina go he da ide lisa lagu nama ahi na si tene pu o de he sana tene pu ba mi cho asi he.
I wish I could spend more time talking about these, but I really have to rush through. I have to keep moving. Some people believe that they are dealing with, that they have contacted a dead person. For instance, many times people, this, you read about this a lot, where people are very sad, they have lost a loved one, and they want to communicate with them, they want to talk to them. In the Old Testament, that's called, in the English, it's called necromancy. And so a medium, that is an occult practicer, he'll say, oh, I have a guide in the other world, and that guide can bring me your Aunt Emma. But the being that they bring and that they hear is not Aunt Emma, it is a demon. Some people allow their bodies, for instance, a medium, allow their bodies to be, at least temporarily, possessed by a being. And so this spirit, this being, is called and takes over the body, using that person's body to speak. The person does not realize that this is a demon. The person that is possessed does not realize that it's a demon. They think it's just a being that will help them to maybe tell them things that they want to know. Last week, when you mentioned that word means the changing of the face, the only thing I could think of when you said that was perhaps it came from the fact that when a spirit takes possession of like a witch doctor or a shaman or something like that, the voice changes and the face changes.
Mada esana da pe kia la mona ma u elu esi se amit me klasi na ma pelu na te mit plebise esana esana te nena ko pe elu me na mete ne ma esana da ba esi me te me akina ma da alaka te chiche an le kunu da esi me kuni bana ke me ne ma esana thopa esi to wa esana da atho ke da aro te je na bana ke atho aro te je na ma esana da ale he te be te sinema akho ke esana at amit pe ke lo pli esana
there is another form of working with another being where some people they sit down with a pencil or pen on a piece of paper and allow that being to write things for them.
Au pot mio ko hede pe mit plebisi esi at presinema ahina da mit me chenama ahina iti arata pesi ti chibo ko mana arata kinema esi ma athopa ki to ko bana kinema ti chibo awada ku ba ra pe esi ahina.
They know it is a being doing it, they do not realize it is a demon.
Esi na singi na da ba ra kinema ti chibo ku no ra ku ahi at me chono ma ko hana asingi tunga da at chibo ku no ra ku ma.
I had a friend, there was a sergeant in the army that I knew. His wife did that. There are different ways that people call the being, call the spirit to them. Because many times a person has to get into a frenzy in order for that spirit to come and possess their body. Once a person's mind, once they lose control of themselves, that makes it possible for the spirit to possess their bodies. So, how can a person get to the place where they lose control, where they're not really in charge of themselves? Sometimes chanting over and over and over again, long chanting. Sometimes beating drums for a long time until a group is in that frenzy. Sometimes wild dancing or singing. Sometimes they use plants or certain herbs that will put them into a state where they are not in control of their faculties.
Tumna esi ma tiri ma sana I put ju ko sana di sosial tumna asana sosial di ju ju esi a ne ma da ani guna ma sana ahijab to sana at pagalo at migelo.
So really, it's a drug. So the drug can come from plants, or the drug can come from some of the drugs that we have around today.
Nina sosial pe hina ma sana da uhe na kero. Sana kero lo sin ko te ti si ma da sosial si a o tumne da de a o hu pe method tumne si ki si me to thelo de si na ma o.
In the end times, this method will apparently become very, very common.
Da ba pe ku atwa sana ba ide so sana na ko ke na ba he ba na ke ne ma pe method hu da ye at ni la ni hu lo si a de pa ke lo asi plo bu tumna ani de pre de pa ke lo hu lo si ne ma pe a sana pa a to te in ne ba ko sana pa na ne a u ja ba.
Because in the book of Revelation, it talks, God says that the people on earth will not stop their sorceries.
Mina mitene ma da lisa la na solo to ono ai chu pe bo he sana da he ku ba ma ta na ke ba ma esi chu sha mit ple bi se na klasi na ma au ko chep to.
And the word sorceries there is a special word from it's the word from where we get the word pharmacy.
Nanda uhina da de mit ple bi se na ma a he sana hu da amit to te che ka tha si no klam to ko he da ba na solo lisa tsa o a hira mit ple bi se a hina ma ni ne na ma de be mai te na ma a he be se na hu da sana CVS pharmacy si no klam ai she ma de ku si lo.
So the sorceries that will be common at the end times will be with the use of drugs to get them into the state where they can be controlled by demons.
Meno ha sana da shan no ba ta na ke ba da hi ko met wa ke na ma shi shu a me hu da ta me ple bi se si na ma esi sana da asi me ta pa ke an ni si no glossy ne ma I o ma da de ku si ba ko ha sana da de ku si hu da de ku lo si.
So those are examples of people that know that they are dealing with some beings, but they just don't know who the beings are.
Ni ba na ke na ma esi asi ni ko ha da ba de a me ta pa lo ke an ni si ba e ku no te ju ku e to na e be si te ju ne ma asi ni ma na da te ju o a hina me ko ha ma na da te ju ko si ma mai te ni ne mai te pi lu e to ne ki ne ki no mai te ma si ni no.
But there is another category of the occult. It's done a different way because the spirits are very clever. The demons are very clever.
Ni pa lu ba pa to mi da esi a me te ple bi se si ma da a ko de ga sana da ite te ju ai be she si ma ali me ga sana da ki ne no si ti ma ali me lo.
And this is where the demons do not make themselves known. People do not know that they are dealing with any spirit at all.
Bana ke na ma ali me te na ma sana da a me che ma hu da ki yesi ti na ma as at ne na da asingi che to ko he da a me thot te che at che si a me te plebis se me ba te be asingi to ko he da ba at che me cho asina ma che thot te at ne lo asana da at ne na da o me che la di be at ne me.
As you can see, there are many, many doors into the occult. An unknown number. We could spend a lot of time just naming all the different kinds of things that there are.
Ni da pe ni ho be adna ne ma sana da kiel a pa che da mi te plebis se a pu ma sana ka da ana o in ni a o shi le jo ko sana กินเป็นโลเฮแล้วลอบลีก็ได้บากูเตแล้วลอบลีก็โนเจมิเตเนี่ยเอาทุกชิ้นโจ
People, we've spoken of this before. People use tarot cards, reading palms, using pendulums. I don't know if we've mentioned that, but where they have no idea that there is any spirit involved.
อันนี้สนาเดไปที่เดพีเอสซีที่เฮซีอันทอกมาเดอีเดียมิตรมีมาเดมิตรพลีวิซีสินะก็เฮอัตนี้นะสนาอุปมาภาพไปสิคุคุกุเอตรงนั้นเดอีเดียอันเลวไปสินะพายตรงนั้นเดอามีสนาสิไม่เท่านะมันก็อามีคุณเดมาลับเลิสินะก็เดเฮซีมาอัตนี้นะเดอามีทอดเทนะมาเอซีมีเจ็กเลยเดือดอัตนี้ก็มันนิดเนี่ยนะมาสนาเดคิดได้คิดโนซีอันเมชิลเลยนะว่ามิตรพายสิก็
And then there are some other areas that look they don't look dangerous at all. They seem to be so innocent.
ว่าเอาติดๆสิเดออีเดสนาเดติดๆสินะมาอาศัยไม่จอบเนี่ยเว้อาศัยไม่ใช่สิเจ้าตัวสิเทสิตัวสิรอบลีนะมาอาศัยไม่จอบสิว่าอาเมนก็เอา
In the English, I could mention things like ESP. Are you familiar with it? No? Okay. There are certain teachings, there are certain people that teach that there is much of your brain that is not being used, and you can tap into this higher use of your brain.
อันนี้สนาเดไปให้เรื่องนึงนะมาช่วยอามีสิไม่จอบอุ้ยนะมาเอาก็สนาเดคุณเนี่ยไปนี่โหฮิติก็สนานะเดไปเย็ดเพลนนะมาไปมันก็นอนนะมาไปโตล้อแต่ก็มีมาไปโตนะตัวก็เฮ้เนี่ยนะสนาเดมีนะตัวสนาไปเดรอบลีมาไปโตมาเจลรอบลีโตสนาไปลีแม่ชิลเจตุโตสนาก็เราก็มีนะสนาเดไปก็นอนมาไปโตลูกมาอีเดจะกลายมีนะไปโตนะตัวก็แต่เตะหินะว่าหินะเอามันนั่นเดซีลีแม่เจลเลยตรงนั้นซีอีเดสิ่งนี้เทเลปนเนี่ยมาสนาเดตนี่ชัวร์สนาเดนี่เดคราบีนะอีเดสิกลนนอเดมาซีโตเจตุนะคุย
These people teach that this has nothing to do with any kind of spirits or power of the devil.
นี่เดสิมาหินะเดสนาสิไม่ทันเราก็เห็นแล้วเกี่ยที่เดซีเมทเธอที่จะเนี่ยมาตัวมาช่วงยังเนี่ยสนาจุดเปลี่ยนตัวมาจะเจอหุ้นกลางสินะก็โอเคนะเกี่ยหุ้นกลางสินะมาตัวเอเจลนะก็กลางน้อยนะก็สนาเปลี่ยนแล้วเราเปลี่ยนมาหุ้นมาเปลี่ยนตัวก็ 20% เอสินะมาตัวเจ็ดตัว 30% ก็ไม่นะเดสิมาไอซอนาเนี่ยนะไม่นะแค่นี้สิดิเมเจลก็เนี่ยมาสนาเดอีเดมีฮุกละตัวสนาเดสิดิเมเจลป่าหินก็ก็มันนี่นะมาอาศัยไม่จอบไปสิก็มันนั่นอีเดเนี่ยที่หินมาพิสูจน์สิมาปากก็
And so they supposedly think that they are using simply their brain power to obtain things or obtain knowledge that they want to have.
มีนะอาเฮมีนะกลาสีเนี่ยมันมีเตเนี่ยมาสนาอัตนี้นะเอามาแล้วไปลิเมเจลไปสิ่งนี้เจอิลเลนะมาเด้อไปใช้มันนั่นแล้วไปกลอนนออันลิเมเลอัตนี้กลอนก็
I don't know if you've run into any of this in criminal justice or not, but sometimes the police may call in a psychic, someone who was involved in the occult. Of course, they don't think they're involved with the occult. They think they just have a special gift in their, of using their brain. And police may call them in to ask them, can you find out, here is a person's glove. Can you find out where this dead person's body is?
นี่สนาเดสิเมทัลเจนก็ไม่เกี่ยสิเมทัลนั่นเดทีวีก็สิเมเดอีเดเยสินะก็เฮเอสิพอร์เคนมาเอเฮกิเยมาหูดาพิมิตพลีวิเศษนะก็สนะหุยลุน่าไซค์ก็มีเตนะมาเอสิตนี่นะเดอามีเจนเนี่ยอันนอเจนเนี่ยก็กลอนก็เฮสนะ da yes ina ma helu mite ne ma hi chu na op me thơ uma sana sana hina go me thơ ma ku go to ko go he manada apresa gen de prina anni ba te pote bisingi to manada de pia ma ku go na ba I show me pe ba de ni me sana hu da pia anni sa ba prina ma op te pote.
Oftentimes, it's very effective because it's demons that are involved.
Ni ba au elam da esi urgla se me cha yes de his ni ma ami thote ni ne go ami chelo na da ami chel ami na ma ato we ko min te ne ma la pislu na ma atana kini kino mi choice go.
I want us to know that we do not have to be, we as Christians do not have to be fearful about this because the Holy Spirit is dwelling inside and demons are only creatures. But next week, I wanted to mention some things, some of the dangers, some of the things that happen to people involved in the occult, so that when we see people getting involved, we can warn them. And remember, as we close, remember Jesus said, if the Son will make you free, you shall be truly free. And some people are involved in the occult and believe that they are trapped and the only way out is to kill themselves. And that is not a way out. The only way out is Yeshua. We'll also be talking about some of these ideas have actually crept into Christian churches. I hope this is not terribly disturbing, but it is some things that we need to know about. Well, let's pray.